All right, viewers, let's begin with the latest news break coming in, and it comes in from Twitter. India is currently being grilled by the IT parliamentary panel. The latest coming in, Twitter grilled by BJP MPs at the IT panel meeting. BJP MPs asked Twitter India about compliance with social media intermediary guidelines. Twitter asked to make policy as per law of the land, responding to which Twitter officials said that they will respond in writing as they are not in competent authority right now. I want to immediately cut across to colleague Poulomi Saha joining me live for the latest. Poulomi, what's the latest update?
Well, Twitter representatives, two of their officers, in fact, approached the IT panel today because they were to, represent the platform today in another sort of deposition which is happening. And at that time, what we're learning is that the BJP members of parliament present in that panel grilled Twitter, asked them about why they haven't yet complied with the social media intermediary guidelines, to which Twitter said that they are in the process, but they couldn't give a specific date as to by when they would be able to comply with the guidelines. They were also questioned about their decision sometimes to tag certain tweets as manipulated media, and on what basis do they take that call. To which Twitter said that it's when they deem something as probably not good for society, inflammatory in nature, hate speech, etc., is when they take that call. But of course, they said that because they're not the competent authority, the two officers were present over there, which includes the Indian Legal Counsel and their senior manager for public policy. They will get back to the panel with their responses in writing. And so at the moment, of course, it obviously gets deferred to the next meeting as to when Twitter sends their responses in. But what we're learning is that for over 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours, BJP MPs grilled Twitter over their non-compliance with the social media intermediary guidelines.
Poulomi, what are you picking up from your sources? In this meeting, did Twitter say that their policy was supreme?
They did say that they have a policy, a certain policy, because they were constantly being grilled as to on what basis do they take certain decisions. Remember that, of course, the manipulated media discussion came up because recently certain tweets by BJP leaders, including their party spokesperson Sambit Patra, would allege that the Congress party was using a quote-unquote toolkit in order to defame India. Some of those tweets were tagged as manipulated media by Twitter. So Twitter was grilled about it. They said, we have a policy, but we have equal respect for the land, is what our sources tell us, as they were being quoted as saying in the meeting. Again, they were grilled on the same as to what do you mean equal respect for the land? Are you above the law of the land?
All right, appreciate you joining us, Poulomi. We're going to continue to get back to you for more updates. Let's now quickly shift focus to what's happening in West Bengal. Well, the latest is that the Calcutta High Court had deferred the verdict in the Nandigram case, and now the TMC has raised an objection with the single judge bench of Justice Chanda. Why so? Take a look.
The battle for Nandigram is not over. Picture abhi baki hai. The Election Commission is done, but the legal fight has just begun. Mamata Banerjee, who lost the contest from Nandigram to her former aide and BJP leader Shuvendu Adhikari, has challenged the verdict in the Calcutta High Court. Didi lost the polls by a wafer-thin margin of 1,956 votes. Shuvendu Adhikari polled 1,10,764 votes, while Mamata Banerjee polled 1,08,808 votes. The court was set to hear the case on Friday, but now has deferred the hearing to the 24th of June. But there is another twist in the tale. TMC has raised a doubt over the single-judge bench headed by Justice Kaushik Chand, who has been assigned by the acting Chief Justice Rajesh Bindal to hear Mamata Banerjee's election petition. TMC tweeted an image of Justice Chand where he can be seen with the Bengal BJP leadership. TMC MP Mahua Moitra shared a list on Twitter claiming that Justice Chand had been a member of BJP's legal cell and even appeared for the BJP on numerous occasions.
As he is politically inclined to Bharatiya Janata Party, then we apprehend justice and unbiased consideration of the case may not be possible in his court.
Not just the ruling party in Bengal, but some lawyers weren't happy with this appointment. Holding a Save Calcutta High Court and Don't Play Politics with Judiciary placards, lawyers protested outside the High Court.
He was an active member of BJP. He was a member possibly of Rajya Committee of BJP. So, at this stage, if such a sensitive case is assigned to him, more particularly where the matter basically directed against BJP and the Election Commission, we think the fair justice could not be done by him as a human being.
Nandigram was a prestige battle that Mamata Banerjee lost. But will it remain so? Or will tables turn against Shivendu Adhikari in this legal battle? With Suryagni Roy and Indrajit Kundu, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's take you now to the maximum city, Mumbai, where India Today had exposed on a massive vaccination scam in the city. Now there is impact.
This is impact of India Today's journalism. On June the 16th, India Today got you a report on how 390 residents of an upscale residential society in Mumbai were victims of a vaccine scam.
I want to know कि authenticity कितना था vaccination में, because we 300 people have taken this vaccine, maybe more than that, 390 people have taken the vaccine.
A day later, we told you how a film production house was also allegedly duped by the same firm and given apparently fake vaccines. After India Today blew the lid off this scary vaccine racket in Mumbai, the police has been forced to crack the whip. Acting on India Today's report, the police have arrested 4 persons and detained 1 person for duping over 500 citizens in Mumbai.
हमने उसमें जो 4 लोग जिस आदमी ने एक्चुअली वैक्सीनेशन कैंप लिया और कैंप लेने के लिए जिसने मदद किया और जो फोर्ज सर्टिफिकेट जो जनरेट हुआ वो फीड करने वाले 2 लोग, ऐसे 4 लोगों को अभी तक हमने हिरासत में लिया, उनको अरेस्ट किया गया है.
Here's how this gang apparently operated. The scamsters approached societies with offers of organizing a vaccination drive. They would claim they have tie-ups with some of the biggest hospitals in Mumbai, but they had no such association. So during the vaccination drive, they were careful. No banners or logos of the hospitals would be used. Nobody was allowed to take pictures or videos of the actual drive, and the scamsters would walk away with all the money, charging up to 1,200 rupees per dose from residents. This disturbing scam was possible because the accused had access to hospital databases and used it to scam so many people.
पुलिस ने जब एफआईआर किया, एफआईआर करके कुछ लोगों को अरेस्ट किया, तब सामने ये बातें आ रही हैं कि जो लोग किसी प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स के अंदर काम करते थे, उन्होंने डेटा चुरा के जो है वो सर्टिफिकेट देने का काम किया.
So far, several victims have been identified. An upscale residential society in which 390 people were duped, a film production house where 150 employees were part of the vaccination drive, and Ramesh Taurani's Tips Industries, where over 350 were supposedly inoculated. This vaccine racket has also led to a political showdown, with the opposition taking on the Maharashtra government.
आपराधिक मामलों में लिप्त महाराष्ट्र सरकार को इन फर्जी लोगों की गिरफ्तारी करने के लिए 4 दिन लगते हैं. क्या कारण है 4 दिन लगने का?
After arresting 4 people in this vaccination scam, the police has to find out how these vaccines were procured and what was in those vials which was injected to so many residents in Mumbai. With camera person Mangesh Ambre, Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai for India Today.
All right, viewers, the latest news break coming in. There's been enough Nataka in Karnataka. Every time there is word that BSY is on his way out and there's rebellion in his ranks. However, after a crucial committee meet, BJP has rejected any dissent in its Karnataka unit, saying Yediyurappa is now their supreme leader. Speaking to the media, BJP's Karnataka in charge Arun Singh warned dissenters of disciplinary action for anti-party remarks. Listen in.
No one should speak against the interests of the party. ये जरूर है, बहुत बड़ी पार्टी है, कार्यकर्ताओं को हर्ट होता है, कार्यकर्ताओं को उससे काफी दिक्कत होती है और सबको मिलकर के पार्टी को आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए, काम करना चाहिए और 2-3 लोग हैं, अधिक नहीं, 2-3 लोग ही हैं जो सदैव पार्टी को नुकसान करने का काम करते हैं, पार्टी के इंटरेस्ट में बात नहीं करते। समय आने पे अवश्य रूप से लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होगी और कुछ लोगों को समझाएंगे भी और कुछ के खिलाफ कार्रवाई भी करेंगे।
All right, viewers, let's get you the very latest right now. Twitter India had landed itself in a bit of a soup where it was called in by the government in connection with what happened in Loni, Ghaziabad. In a big development in the Ghaziabad assault case, cops sent a notice to the managing director of Twitter, Manish Maheshwari. India Today has accessed the copy of the police notice which asks Maheshwari to record his statement at Loni police station within a week's time. The notice, which has been sent via mail, says some people posted tweets spreading communal hate, but the microblogging platform took no action. Earlier on Tuesday night, the UP government had filed an FIR at Loni Border Police Station against Twitter and some journalists, including 2 Congress leaders for sharing the video. In the FIR, Ghaziabad police have ruled out any communal angle. All right, now this is a story that's going to warm your heart. It's about how one elephant, after severely being injured, was brought back with the help of other elephants.
An injured and scared wild elephant can turn lethal in a matter of minutes. This was the predicament faced by these forest officials when they first encountered the injured elephant in Tamil Nadu's Mudumalai National Park. One look at his wounds, the officials knew he was in no condition to be tranquilized. They had to bring out their big guns. These 4 trained tuskers, known as Kumkis, knew their job pretty well.
We are inside a deep forest at Kudalur where an operation is occurring behind us, where you could see a wild elephant is being persuaded to be brought down by several large Kumkis. Kumkis are trained elephants, and there you could see the elephant in the middle that has a huge wound, and it is causing a lot of trouble to the elephant, which has been there for almost 2 years. Wildlife officials claim that they have tried to actually heal it using a lot of measures, by even providing medicine, but because of the wound's nature, what's happening is that the medicine could not be kept properly, and they are trying as much as possible to bring the elephant to the camp from this forest area, where it could be placed inside a trawl and it can be kept under 24 hours observation.
The whole rescue operation took a painstaking 3 hours, with the injured tusker trying to make a run every next moment. The Kumkis helped in getting their injured tusker to an elephant camp in Mudumalai forest.
The elephant had injury because of some fraternal fight, old fight. So once it came to the notice, we administered medicine through some fruits from a distance. There was some healing, but it could not sustain. And now the problem seems to have increased. Then only this rescue mission was launched.
After several hours of struggle and more than 50 men at this location with 4 giant Kumkis, the wild tusker has been rescued and has been taken into a truck currently. From here, it will be transported to a camp, and the veterinaries at this place claim that now the treatments that could be provided to it, it has a lot of chance to survive. With video journalist Divyan, Pramod Madhav, Point Today.
Warm welcome. You're watching our Fact Check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. There is a claim which is floating about suggesting that the Ghaziabad assault accused was thrashed by a mob. False. The fact check on that is false. The viral video is not related to the Ghaziabad case at all. With that quick fact check, time for us to slip into a quick break. To stay with us. Up next is To The Point.